Width of your locker, I wanted SI, and I wanted me some Imperial. Imperial's a kind of cheese. If you don't know what I mean when I say Imperial cheese, your loss. Imperial cheese is delicious.
I'm lost.
No, your loss. You're not lost. You're in Abbotsford at Abbey Senior. How can you be lost? All right. Who would like to give me a guess for the width of their locker in SI or Imperial? Go. Brendan. Oh, you were just stretching?
Yeah.
So now you're messing with me. Now you made me look stupid. That's okay. I'm used to it. Preston. 30 centimeters. I got an SI. I'm going to write them over here. 30 centimeters. Nice. Who's got another one? Selena. 50 centimeter. Who got another one? You got a what, huh? 1.5 feet. There's an Imperial one. Thank you. 1 foot 6 inches. Najim. 13 inches? 13 inches. Suhani. 1 foot. I got a 1 footer. Selena.
1 foot, 4 feet. 1 foot.
4 inches?
1 foot 4 inches? Okay, I'll accept that. 1 foot 4 inches. Because, of course, we don't do decimals for feet, do we? Because you can't use decimals for feet because feet are stupid. And decimals are smart. Anybody else? Wait. I'm going to make sure you're not just scratching your head. Oh, you faked me out there. Okay, Brendan, what you got? 1.3 feet. We just can't do decimals for feet. So, fine. 1 foot, 3 inches? Okay. They are, in actuality, they are slightly more than 13 inches wide. Just a little bit more. Which is about 31 centimeters. Now, stop. There's a reason I got you to make these estimates. Notice that except for the 50 centimeter one, and I'm not saying that's wrong, it's not a problem, so whoever said 50, don't be all like, go home and your mind was bullying me. But there are such things as better and worse answers. Anyways, most people were pretty darn close, yes? Everyone agrees? Okay. Now, what about the height of your desk? The desk that you are sitting at right now.
1 meter.
I have 1 meter for my desk. Oh, wait, I'm doing the guesses in black. 1 meter, 3 feet. Suhani. 7/8 of a meter. Okay. That's cool. That's 0.925 of a meter. So that's, no, not 925. Yeah. So that is 90 centimeters. Okay, give me another one. AJ, hit me. 2 feet, 3 inches. What else we got? Ashneet. A yard. Ooh, yeah, breaking out yard. Well done. Preston. 100 centimeters. Selena, you had a guess.
1.5 meters.
1.5 meters, so 150 centimeters. And Brendan. 90 centimeters. Anybody else? Najim. 3 feet. Which is 1 yard, but that's cool. I just wrote 3 inches. Remind me to show you that if we have time, the funny joke about what happens in a movie. In a movie, somebody wrote... Never mind. Marianne.
85 centimeters.
We got an 85 centimeters. All right. In actuality, your desk is... I just measured it, and I can't remember now. Oh. No, I got to measure again.
5 centimeters.
No, it is 77, I believe. Yes! 77 centimeters, and it is 30 inches. Now, again, look at your guesses. Most of them, except one. 30 inches is 2 feet 6 inches. Most of them, except for the 150 centimeter, are pretty close. Again, right? Everybody with me? Okay, remember, I'm going somewhere with this. Now, for C, there's no right answer, is there? Because everybody is using a different writing utensil. Yes? But all your guesses should be what? Something like that. Somewhere around that. Like my pen that I'm using right here, right now, is exactly 5.5. Right? Good guess. So that's fine. Length of an ant. Can you do this one properly? No, of course not, because there's a million kinds of ants. I personally always choose the bullet ant because it's the baddest ass ant in the world. It hurts. If it bites you, it's apparently the most painful bite you can get. And there is even a tribe in the Amazon rainforest that make them before you can be a man, you have to wear a glove filled with bullet ants on both hands and let them chew your hands up. Yeah, before you're a man in Canada, you get your driver's license. I've got a driver's license, or I turned 19, so I'm a man now. I can drink a beer. In other cultures, I gotta stick my hand in a glove full of bullet ants. Badass. Or if you're a tribesman from Papua New Guinea, you bungee jump off an 80-foot tall bamboo tower with a vine attached to your legs. No bungee. It ain't no soft landing. Badass. And we wonder why our culture is going to poop. Selena.
Would you rather do either of those things?
I would bungee jump with the vine. No problem. Except the most manly of the man-child that jump off those things, the goal is to get your head as close to the ground as possible. So sometimes they get the vine wrong. And they jump off that thing and they go, snap! And pooah! It's wicked awesome. Google it. It's where bungee jumping comes from. But we're so soft we don't use, vines. We use cords. If you go to Ecuador, you jump up, they do bungee jumping, but it's not really bungee jumping. It's a swing. You jump off a bridge on a rope. And then you swing under the bridge. Cost $20. I didn't do it. I know, right? I should have. Right? I should have. My kid wanted to, and I was like, man, I want to let you, boy, but I don't want you to die. And I know he's not going to die. I'm a math teacher. I know he's not going to die. Hundreds of people jump off those things every day. But I couldn't let him do it. I felt bad about myself as a parent. But then I felt okay about myself as a parent for not letting my kid jump off a bridge. Right. What are you going to do? Anyway, okay, now, here is the whole point of the exercise. How tall is a giraffe? And you had to estimate, so don't be telling me you did no Googling. I got 12 feet. Oh, wait, I got to erase all these guesses. Wait, stop. Wait. Oh, right, a bullet ant's like an inch, but the tiniest ants are tiny. 1 millimeter? Yeah, there's ants that tiny. Well, no, probably not 1 millimeter. 2 millimeters, I would say. Hey. I'm top drawer. How are you?
It's Friday. I'm happy. Do you have a quick second?
I do. Somebody take the magic pen and write down the guesses of the size of a giraffe. Don't all rush up at once. 50 feet. That's a Tyrannosaurus.
1 centimeter.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
400 inches. 6 meters.
Whoa. How do you do this? Okay.
It's 5 to 6 meters. Just
Anybody else? Yeah. 4 meters?
6 meters.
Actually? What? I am sorry. I can't write that. Yeah. Anyone else? How can I erase this?
How'd it go, Sophie?
It was kind of scary.
I know it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What is this? What's that? Is that an M? Looks like a snake. No, it looks like Ogopogo. Wait.
That's kind of hard to write on there.
Wait.
What's happening?
Is that a dinosaur?
Ogopogo's the sea serpent that lives in Okanagan Lake. How can you people not know that?
I'm fine with that.
It's fake.
How do you know? You swim around in the Okanagan Lake, you know that Ogopogo doesn't exist? Damn right it's there. So Sasquatch? Yeah. You know why? That's why all the pictures of Sasquatch looks so surprised in it. Because he doesn't think humans exist. Yeah, I never thought about it that way, did you, Ashni? All right, so anyway, I'm going to erase Ogopogo's head. Oh, I left his tongue. Oh, now I got rid of the 6. Okay, now, 400 inches. 400 inches. Whose guess was 400 inches? That's a tall-ass giraffe, man. Wow. Okay, male giraffes are 5 to 6 meters tall. Female giraffes top out at about 4.5 meters tall. Now, okay, again, remember, I'm going somewhere with this. AJ. A baby giraffe, actually, in one of my other classes, Micah Logan is in the class. And I mentioned that somehow giraffes came up, and I said he was as big as a giraffe. And they were all like, everyone was like mad at me. And I was like, then we Googled it, and I asked how tall he was. 6'2", baby giraffe. When you Google it, comes up 6 feet. Yeah, and I was like, see, you are as big as a giraffe. That's what he says. I don't think he's counting his afro. That's easy 6'4". It's easy 6'4" when you add his hair. For sure. All right. So anyway, you can see we're a little bit more all over the map here. 400 inches. Some of the kids in the other class were like 50 feet. His giraffes walking by, eating off the green roof up here. Hey, giraffe. Anyway. No, everybody says that would be so cool. I don't think it would be. Okay, let's pretend that it's 40,000 years ago, before the last ice age, and you're walking along the plains, minding your own business, and along comes a woolly rhinoceros. Woolly rhinoceroses were like 20 feet tall. That is scary. That is not awesome. That is scary. What? So you go swimming in Florida by the alligators, which are modern dinosaurs? A 30-foot-long lizard? You're like, ooh, cute. After it eats you? No. It's scary. All those stupid, those time machine movies where they go back to the dinosaurs. I wouldn't even get out of the time machine, man. Take me back home.
Why would you get into the first place?
I would be tricked into the time machine. Right? I would never get in a time machine. That's stupid, because then you go back in time, you accidentally murder your great-great-grandfather, and then you don't exist. Everybody knows you can't travel back in time. It's going to create a paradox. Everyone's going to die. Duh! That's why you can only travel to the future. Selena? I prefer which? Flesh-eating ants to a woolly rhinoceros? Any day. Oh, to time travel? Yeah. Absolutely. A flesh-eating ant isn't going to eat all your flesh. You're not going to die. But if you accidentally kill your grandfather, you're not going to exist. Haven't you seen Back to the Future when he's playing the music at the end and his hand starts to disappear? Paradox. La 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 la.
You don't have to kill anyone. You can time travel.
You don't mean to.
Why would you?
What if you did?
Kill people in everyday life?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying what if you did? Why would you take the risk?
You're not going to kill anyone.
You don't know that. If I'm driving my car and I drive into another car and somebody dies, did I mean to do it? Well, there wouldn't be a car way back then. Well, maybe I was riding my Flintstones car and my feet were too sore from braking and I ran over my great. So there.
Okay.
Now, back to business. How long's a gymnasium? Oh, is it a math question or is it about time travel?
Are you still recording?
Indeed. This could be why my math videos are classified as comedy on YouTube, not education. And Anjani.
I just wanted to say I have never seen Back to the Future. So
I can't even talk to you. I can't even talk to you. I only have 2 hands, so all the rest of you that haven't seen it, I can't talk to you either.
everything turns out okay in Back to the Future.
But it almost doesn't.
But it's a normal.
Preston, how long's a gymnasium?
800 centimeters.
Pardon me?
800.
I can't hear you because everybody is time traveling.
700 inches.
700 inches. Really? 700 inches? You couldn't give me it in feet? Oh. Okay, 700 inches. What else we got? Selena. 25 meters. 30 meters. Ashni. 30 yards. Hey, AJ, how long's a meter? A yard. Adara. 90 feet. Who's over here? Natasha. 15 meters. Brendan. 60 feet 6 inches. That is how far the pitcher's mound is from home plate. But I don't know if it's as long as the gymnasium. Thomas. 25 meters. Oh, that's already down. Okay. Oh, AJ, all right. 25 yards. 35 meters. Okay. Now, let's stop for a moment. Because we're not all going to walk down to the gym and measure it. But let's use our mind's eye. Let's imagine. We're all in the gym.
Wait. Which gym?
Let's call it the pit. Okay, we'll call it the jungle. They're the same freaking size.
Oh, they're different sizes.
They are really not.
I thought your kid was bigger.
Okay, stop. What is the sport that is played this way in both gyms? Basketball. How many courts fit in the gym this way? 1. There is 1 basketball court in both gyms. And the wall of both gyms is not very far past 1 basketball court, is it? Okay. A basketball court is 60 feet long, or less than 20 meters. And look at our guesses.
I had 80 meters.
Now, I'm going to ask you this. This is the point of this exercise. What happened to your guesses as we went further along? Preston.
The higher, the bigger the object, the way less accurate.
Absolutely. Who wants to guess why? Give me a reason for that phenomenon. Toya.
Because it's harder to judge whether how big an object is, and then with smaller things you can actually see.
Yeah. With small things, you have easy reference available to you, right? I watched all of you when you were measuring your pencils. You had your thumbs on them. You're not going down to the gym and going 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you? Right? But now we've got some bigger reference to work with, right? Something's as tall as a giraffe, so that's 5 meters tall. Some of the kids in the other class were guessing 10 meters, 20 meters. I don't know if they were messing with me or if they were really guessing it, right? I'll never know. But when you think about it, the high diving board over at MSA, MSR, which is the one that has the high diving board? MRC, who the hell cares? M blah, blah, blah. The high diving board, there's only 3 meters. It's only 3 meters. Now, if you go to UBC, the swimming pool there, the high diving board is 10 meters. Yeah, it's fun to jump off of, but if you land wrong, it hurts your butt. So, we've talked about what is happening. And now we're going to have a dance break. Only because Adara was dancing, so that made me feel like dancing. I don't need a new chair. This chair is just broken in right now. I've had it for like 5 years, and it's just getting perfect. I know it's squeaky, though. It's really bad when you guys are writing a test, because I'll be like this, and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so bored, because they're taking forever to write a test. Because it takes me 10 minutes to do the test, and it takes you people an hour and a half. So then I got to move, and then it squeaks. And then, like, half of you guys, especially pre-dip kids, are all like, they give me this dirty look. Like, all of a sudden, this sound, oh my God, I can't do math anymore. I'll never be able to do it, Mr. Marsh. You made noise. Okay. Remind me never to go to you if you're a surgeon or something. Beep. Oh, that's it. I give up. All right. For one prize of 5 gummy bears, how long is a meter? And wait, you cannot use in your definition any word that has the word meter in it. All right. Preston, your hand went up first. How long's a meter?
100 pinkies lined up.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go through. Anita.
The width of the sidewalk.
Okay. Suhani.
One full size.
I said that.
Selena.
About the length of one adult leg.
Okay. Brendan. Oh, I skipped you, Thomas. Your hand went up afterwards. Brendan. Brendan.
The height of the kitchen counter.
Thomas. I am a Frenchman in 1775. I would like to invent a new measurement. Does anybody have an elephant about them? I would like to cut off its trunk, but no. I will only use midi de trunk. Okay. Proud.
The width of the doorway.
Width of a doorway. Brendan, you already had a turn.
Can I do another one?
Well, how about everybody gets their first helping before you have seconds? AJ.
The length of fridge door handle or fridge handle.
Fridge handle. Manraj. Not Manraj. Sorry. That was right. Go. 10 Barbados what? That actually could almost be true because the French did have colonies in Barbados. Maybe they brought back thread snakes and decided to use them to measure meters. Jasleen. Shoulder height. You're the second person to say that today. Where did this come from? Who among you was out wrestling bears with a tape measure and said, I'm going to measure its shoulder because I think Mr. Myers will want to know the length of a meter? Marianne.
From shoulder to index.
Shoulder to index finger. All of you are not telling me the answer. All of you are giving me reference for the answer. Because, oh, good God. How did that make 5 hands go up? Kamika.
100 centimeters.
I said you cannot use a word that has the word meter in it anywhere. Centimeter. You can't use it. Oh. Lawyer ball. Toya.
I lost it there.
You lost it. Ashni.
Like about 3 feet.
About 3 feet. I like my measurements to be that. I'm going to fix your heart. I'm going to put a valve in it. It's going to be about the right size. Don't worry about it, though. I'm pretty good at this. It's about right. Jasleen.
100 centis.
100 centis. What, like those candles that people pay way too much money for to make their house not smell like bum? It's centsy. I know. Thomas.
3 yards.
I hear you. Brendan.
3.74 feet.
Okay, you're all wrong. I'm stopping you all. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
I remember.
Oh, do you? What?
40 inches.
No. Okay, Najim, you're the last one.
Is it how far light travels in a vacuum?
Najim, come on! You're absolutely right, and they're all laughing at you. You're absolutely right. That is how long a meter is. Why was the metric system invented? Who remembers my story from yesterday? Nobody. The French people invented it. Why? That's what you took from that story? Taxes. They wanted a standard system of measurement, yes? That would apply to everybody. So they had to choose something that would apply to everybody. Now, in the 21st century, we can measure the speed of light. And light applies to everybody in the whole universe. Light doesn't change its speed. So we use it because the speed of light is a constant. But in the 1700s, they didn't have the speed of light. So originally, The definition of a meter has actually changed like 5-6 times since it was invented. But the original definition of a meter was the distance from the equator to the North Pole divided by 10 million. Because everybody on the planet lived on the same planet. So everybody dealt with the distance between the equator and the North Pole. That's how it started. So it would be standard for everybody, and you could never argue it. Now, of course, in the 300 years since then, we have long since discovered that the Earth is, in fact, in flux. It changes shape slightly all the time. It's getting old. It's 4.6 billion years old, so it's getting a little fat around the middle, which is actually true. The world is slightly bigger around the sphere. It's a slightly skished sphere. It's actually an ellipse, but that's beside the point. Preston.
Will the Earth just flatten?
No, Preston, it won't. No matter what those people at that idiotic convention in Edmonton will tell you that happened this summer, the Flat Earth Society. Those morons, if they would take the amount of time they spent trying to prove that the Earth was flat and actually trying to solve real problems, there will be no hunger, no poverty, no environmental crises. But no, those idiots spend so much time trying to convince the rest of the world, that the world is flat. It's unbelievable.
It is flat, though.
Okay. I agree with you. You're entitled to your opinion, however wrong it is. All right. Yes, I'm sorry. If any of you are indeed members of the Flat Earth Society, I apologize for hurting your feelings, but you're wrong. End of discussion. All right. Let's move on, shall we? None of you are really Flat Earth people, are you? Oh, I forgot. This is the 21st century where everything bad has to be racist. It's automatic. I don't like your yellow shirt, Sophie. Racist. One time, I made the horrible mistake of saying that Mr. Fujimura was of Japanese descent. Of course he is. But everyone went ape and called me a racist. Because I said the Japanese man was Japanese. But that's racist. Because you people have been so brought up to be...
You were racist to me.
Oh yes, how was I?
You said you called me dark. You said my son was this turkey.
Yes, horribly racist. I'm awful. Fire me. Yep, you're absolutely right. I'll choose another word for the shade of your skin. You can't do it. Your skin is darker than mine. That's all there is to it. It's not a racism thing. It's just true. If I went to Australia and baked in the sun for 6 months, my skin would be darker too, but I would still not have changed my racial background. I'm just darker skinned. It's all right. It bothers me because what it does is it devalues actual racism. When people are actually faced with racism, and same with bullying and same with all that stuff. What your generation calls racism, bullying, and all that crap, if you went back 200 years to a black man in the United States and said, hey man, I'm suffering racism just like you. Really? Right? It's not. And it's the same with bullying, right? Bullying when I was a kid meant the big kid walked up to you every day and punched you in the nose as hard as he could for no reason. And he did it to you and you alone every single day. When your friend calls you a moron, that's not bullying. When somebody you've never met before says something bad about you online, unfriend. Done. Right? Somebody whose opinion means nothing to you has a bad opinion about you. Why do you care if that person means nothing to you? Right? And yet. But that's another story for another day. This is math class. Of course it's all being recorded. Why shouldn't it be recorded? It's all true. Of course it's true. And what bothers me even more, Toya, is all of you know this. And yet we don't fix it. Right? Playgrounds suck now. Why? Why are playgrounds lame? They're too small and wussy, right? They're lame. 2-year-olds are not challenged by playgrounds anymore. And yet we continue to build these piece of crap playgrounds. And then wonder why you guys don't go outside and do anything. When I was a kid, a playground was like rusty nails and wood. And it was 25 feet tall. And you could die on it. It was wicked awesome. We played on the playground until we were like 20. But now, playgrounds suck. Why? Everybody knows why, but nobody wants to change it. What?
There are age restrictions on playgrounds.
Yes, I know. I'm well aware of that, and that's stupid too. All right. How might you measure, now talk to your neighbor. I have a coffee cup in my left hand. How would you measure the circumference of this round cup? No, dude, talk to your friends. Figure it out. Go. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zip. Cut. Preston, how would you measure the circumference of my coffee cup?
You can put a tape measure around it, or you can get the diameter.
Oh, hey, I didn't say you had 2 cracks at it. Choose one. What would you do?
Tape measure.
You would take a flexible tape measure and wrap it around. Okay, what else? Adara.
You can take a string and put
String, same thing. Anything flexible you could wrap around it, right? Good answer. I like yours better because tape measures aren't really that flexible.
No, but like the sewing ones that you can get.
Oh, a sewing one, like the ones you get at IKEA and then you leave with. Yeah, right. Okay. Adara, good one. Preston, good one. Catherine, good one for bringing up sewing tape measures. Nicely played. Give me another way to do it. Selena.
This is just because Preston brought it up, measure the diameter.
I know you stole it from Preston. He started it, you finished it. It's like baseball. Preston threw the pitch and you out of the park. Absolutely. You could measure the diameter and do what with it?
The equation.
The equation. Which equation, Catherine? The one. The one. Circumference times pi is the diameter. Yes. Yeah. Circumference equals pi d.
And then you find the diameter, and then you do the equation that you use to find the circumference.
Yes.
You also use the diameter.
Yeah, which is pi times d.
Yes.
Yes. You're right. We're agreeing. No, we're saying the same thing. Stop arguing. I'm trying to stop arguing too. We're saying the same thing. We agree. Okay. Yes, you could do all that. Good. Excellent. Next. I don't have a toaster oven anymore. I have a microwave. How would you accurately measure the glass that is in front of that microwave? Bearing in mind a couple of things. 1, it's curvy. 2, it's not really glass, it's plastic. But pretend it's glass. How would you accurately measure the glass on the front of my microwave? You have 5 seconds to talk about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Brendan, hit me. Lawyer ball. Ashneet, hit me.
Accurately measure like the perimeter.
Perfect. That's the answer I wanted. Because you can't accurately measure it because I didn't tell you what you were measuring. Nicely done, Ashneet. Well played. That's a horrible piece of crap question, isn't it? Because I didn't tell you what to do. What could you accurately measure? You could measure the area. What else could you measure? You could measure the perimeter. What else could you measure? The length. What else could you measure? What's another measurement of glass that you might need to know? Width. What else? Pardon me? Height? Yeah, okay, that's same as length and width. Volume? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Density, why not? There's a crap ton of measurements we could get for that, isn't there? And unless I give you that measurement, you can't measure it. Everybody understand? All right. How might, now, this is another good question. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to talk about this. How might you actually measure the distance from the school office to this room? Go. Let's go. Like a slinky. I've lost count on my 30 seconds now. I have no idea. Stop!
You're up, man.
Okay. Preston, go.
Sorry, so are we like walking there or are we just
No, Preston, that is an exact good question. Usually that doesn't come up for a few minutes in this discussion. Preston is saying, well, what do you mean? Do you mean the distance it would take me to get there? Which would be out the hall, down the stairs, right? Or the actual distance from me to the office, which is what? A straight line through the walls, right? So again, which one of those can we actually do? We can actually do the walk, right? But could we, is there a way, can you envision a way that you could tell me the actual distance, not the walking distance, how far it is from my door to the door of the office? Jasleen, what would you do? Yeah, that's finding the walking distance, right? And I agree with you. Everybody, we can talk about that in a moment. But I'm asking you, can any of you envision a way to tell me the real distance in space from my door to the office door? Thomas.
You would have to measure how long the length takes to get there and then how far you have to go down. So it's roughly.
Yep. So you could use Pythagoras, couldn't you? Right? We could measure a straight line over to the office and then assume it's straight down. Excellent. Good. Can you think of a way to do it? Wait, don't tell me. I got to remember your name. Arsh. Hit me. I think Mr. Como might have a word or two with me if I go get a jackhammer so I can dig some holes and run a string down to the office. That's why I said actually. But you're right. You're right. When we were at the old school, I busted parts of it just for fun when they were going to tear it down. Shh, don't tell anybody. Oh well. What else? Nobody watches this. Not even you guys watch this, so it doesn't matter. I have my analytics. I know that nobody watches these videos. I could do anything I want on here. I could put up a sign on it. If you watch this video, you will get $1 million, and none of you would watch it. I would still have no views. I could put up, this is the final exam with all the answers, and none of you would watch it. You absolutely wouldn't. I know this for a fact. Selena. Well, I don't care. I do this for you people. It's not for me. All right. How will I actually do it?
Okay, so I'm not going to pretend that I know how this works 100%, but I remember last year we did this thing where we calculated like the slope of stuff.
Yep.
So what you could do is you could run, you could like kind of get like the
we
angle,
could get to the top of the
go
office, right? We could run a rope across the
and then
rotunda.
You go down through the rotunda and
Yep.
then you calculate
And we
the
would
angle.
know how tall we were, right? Because that's
And
easy to
then
measure
you could
height.
calculate like the
Yeah.
angle and then measure.
Absolutely. Yes, you could. Absolutely. That's trigonometry, which we will be doing in grade 10 a lot of. Well done. Okay, good. You are seeing that. Now, of course, to actually do that, there's a much easier way to do it. You could do it with the plans of the building. Right? Huh? You were going to say blueprints. Well, congratulations. All right, so you could do it. Now, let's cut back to what we could actually do as a class. How could we measure the distance to the office? What is something we could use to do that? I have to make Ganika go first.
Oh, okay. So, what I was saying is like, okay, if this is like the ground.
Ganika's going to walk all the way to the office with a meter stick like a slinky, which I think is wicked awesome. And I almost might make her do that as a project. How else could we do it? Arsh. The trundle wheel, the thing that rolls and click, click, click. Yes, absolutely. Thomas.
You could wear a Fitbit or smartwatch.
You could wear a Fitbit. Yes, absolutely, because it's the 21st century and you don't want to do any actual work when the Fitbit will do it for you. Sean. Long string or rope. Absolutely. Perfect. What else? Anybody got another way? Suhani. Count your steps. Would that be an actual measurement or would that be a referent and an estimate? That would be an estimate. Excellent. What else? Anybody? That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with all your answers. You notice I didn't write anything down there. What you all said. There we go. Oh, wait. Plus trig, plus hypotenuse, and plus blueprints. Oh, no, Brandon said blueprints, but I'm going to write it down. Brendan, I did it again. I caught myself. Don't you make a word sound Brittany. I caught myself. I saw her out of the corner of my eye go, Brendan. So I gave you credit there, buddy. Oh, hell. We've already answered 20 million things we could measure stuff with. Tape measures, ropes, trundle wheels, meter sticks. Especially Ganika, who likes to roll her meter stick. I would suggest Ganika getting a trundle wheel rather than that. But, maybe I'll get you to line a rugby field. It's 100 meters long. Get out there. All right. Okie dokie. Now let's actually see if we can do this right. That is a picture of a tape measure. It has been significantly enlarged to show you how it looks. Rulers and tape measures in a construction application. Why do we care about a construction application? Because how do we do construction in North America? Imperial or SI? Imperial. We still use inches and feet. So, even if you're not building something, you got to get some new carpet, you got to get some new border for your wall, you got to buy some flat white eggshell paint to paint the ceiling, and your husband or wife is going to, well, actually, it's usually the other way around. It sounds sexist, but it's always like, I want to paint the ceiling white. I've done this gag. Paint the ceiling white, and then you go to the store, and there's 80,000 different kinds of white, and I just want a white paint, man. Anyways. When you measure something, you're going to measure it in feet and inches. So you got to be able to read one of these things. They are broken down usually into sixteenths, not decimals. Why aren't they decimals? Preston? Feet can't be in decimals because it's based on 12 inches, right? So we got to use fractions. Now, I'm going to use this space between 0 and 1. The long lines are the whole numbers. What is this second longest line? That's a half. We don't use decimals in imperial. Now, if it's a half, it's also 2/4, 4/8, and 8/16, correct? All right. So, what is the next longest line? Quarters. How many quarters are there? There's the 3/4 and the 1/4. What's the next longest line? 1/8. And there's a lot of 8s, and then the little ones are the 16th. So all of you now tell me those 5 measurements properly in imperial. So no decimals.
Decimals?
No decimals, because we don't use decimals in imperial. Okay, what's the first one? 1/4 of an inch. Second one, Brendan. 11/16. Absolutely correct. Third one. Don't all put your hand up at once. Marianne. 1 3/8. Well done. Fourth one. Najim. 2 13/16. Well done. And the fifth one. Brendan again. 3 5/16. Check that again. Arsh. 3 7/16. Because halfway would be 8/16, and we're 1 back from it. Everybody can read a tape measure? Great. Now, look at the next one. It's a ruler. The top is what? SI or imperial? SI, which means what do we measure the parts of a hole in? Sean? Centimeters for the whole numbers. And what are the parts of it? Millimeters. Can we use decimals? Yes, because it's SI. So tell me these three measurements in the SI system. Go. You heard that, right, Najim? That did not sound like math being done. I don't know what sound that was. Oh my God, maybe one of those 80-foot giraffes is loose in the building. Its head's that half an elephant trunk. No, it's the elephant that lost the bottom half and now he's mad. That's why elephants are always ready to travel. Elephants are always ready to travel because they always have their trunks. No! Elephants are always able to swim because they always have their trunks. That's a better one. Get it? Swim trunks, elephants. It was a bad joke. Why you got to be that way?
I said dad.
Oh, it's definitely a dad joke. I like to institute a dad joke Thursday. No, I know that. I'm just warning you. I like to have dad joke Thursday. So if you have some dad jokes, you're welcome to bring them in Thursdays. I, of course, am a dad, so every joke I tell is automatically a dad joke. It's just rules. Selena, your hand has been up patiently so long. I appreciate your perseverance.
I think you asked us to remind you to tell us something about a movie a while ago. Like you guys were in class.
That doesn't help. I'm always asking you to remind me to tell you something.
Okay.
I'll put my mind to it and see if I can remember. How long is this one? What's this? Brendan? 11.4. Brilliant. How long's this one? Marianne? 13. That was a tough one. How long's this one? Sean? 16.7. Great. Now do these bottom four. Be careful. AJ, are you already on the bottom four? Well, why you got to be that way, AJ? Everybody else gets a chance. All right, AJ, what's the first one? 4 and 5/8. But AJ, each little tick was a 16th, wasn't it? No, you're right. Stay strong, man. Stay strong. Notice, this ruler is set up differently, isn't it? Brandon?
The second one is 5 and 1/2.
5.5. Third one? Arsh? 6 and 7/8. And the last one? Marianne? 7 and 1/4. This ruler is set up in eighths. So it is dangerous to assume that every little tick is a 16th. Does everybody understand? That is the problem with saying, that's why I did not say every little tick on a tape measure is 1/16 of an inch. Because they're not. On a lot of tape measures, the first 6 inches are split into 30/2 of an inch. Which is really stupid because you would never measure something that precisely with a tape measure. You would use a different measuring tool. That used to be part of the grade 10 curriculum and isn't anymore, which makes me sad. But so it goes. Now, it is Friday. I don't like to do new stuff on Friday because you people and me people, our brains are slightly mushy. I also don't like to give tests on Fridays if I can avoid it for the same reason. So, I'm going to stop now and ask you and I'm going to be giving you 20 whole minutes to do the next 2 puzzle sheets, which require you to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. All of you told me you could do it, and you didn't need a refresher when I did the icebreaker right back here. I even said, do I need to review how to do this? And all of you said, no, we got it. So prove it. There's your work for the weekend. Yep. You got 20 minutes to do it. Shouldn't even take that long. You can go to the bathroom now. You can sit and talk to your friends. You can get a drink. You can put on your music. You can go to your locker. What did I just say? Suhani. What? What?
I did it beforehand. I was just bored.
Curse you for doing math. I'm just kidding. Okay. Mumps. That makes your throat swell up.
Okay.
So when they have mumps, they have a swell in their throat. But swell also means good.
Also, for this one,
Yeah. What did the 800-pound monster say to the 400-pound monster? I double you. 800, 400. I double you.
So are we just allowed to go and get water, or do we?
If you're just going to get water, yes.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to be walking around, offering assistance where needed,